I need to share something with you that might sound like it's straight out of a movie, but it's real and it's changing lives right now. Just last month, an ordinary person used a simple shift in their thinking to manifest $50 million. Not in decades, not even in years, in just a few weeks. That's right, weeks. At first glance, it might sound too good to be true, but hang in there with me because I'm going to walk you through exactly how it happened. Even better, I'm going to show you how it can happen for you too. Imagine waking up one morning and finding that your entire financial life has transformed. The stress of paying bills, gone. The worry about not having enough, completely vanished. That's what happened to that person, and it's what could happen to you. This isn't some get-rich-quick scheme or fantasy. It's about understanding a way of thinking that's already working for thousands of people all over the world, whether they realize it or not. Every day, people just like you and me are discovering this secret, and they're unlocking amounts of money they never thought possible. They're not working harder than everyone else. They're not smarter or luckier. They've simply learned to think differently about money. That's it. And the best part? This new way of thinking doesn't just bring you money. It brings you freedom, peace, and the power to help others. It's like discovering a hidden treasure that's been waiting for you all along. Now, before you dismiss this as too good to be true, I want you to give yourself a chance. Keep an open mind as I share this process. I promise you, it's not about wishing or hoping or making empty promises. It's about using a proven thought process that's already inside you. Once you tap into it, you'll see how fast things can change. Let's dive in and explore how this can happen for you. Imagine what it would feel like to have $50 million in your bank account. Close your eyes for a moment and let yourself feel it. What would you do first? Would you pay off your debts, buy your dream house, or help your loved ones? Maybe you'd finally take that vacation you've always dreamed of. Think about how different your life would be. That feeling you have right now, that excitement, that joy, that's the energy we're going to use to start transforming your life. But here's the thing, if you don't learn this process, you might never get to experience that life. Every single day, there are people who miss out on their true wealth because they don't know how money really works. They keep working harder, thinking that's the answer. Or they try to save every penny, hoping that someday, somehow, they'll finally be free. But most of them never reach the freedom they desire. They stay stuck in the same cycle of struggle and stress, thinking that wealth is just for a lucky few. The truth is, wealth isn't just for the lucky. It's for anyone who understands how to align their mind with abundance. If you don't learn how to think this way, you'll keep living the same life you've always lived. You'll keep watching others get ahead while you wonder what you're missing. That's the real cost of not knowing this process. It's not just about missing out on money, it's about missing out on the life you were meant to live. But there's hope. The process I'm about to share with you is simple, and it works for anyone who's willing to open their mind and apply it. It's not about working harder or being smarter. It's about shifting your energy to match the flow of money, and when you do that, everything changes. That's what happened to the person I mentioned earlier, and that's what can happen for you too. Let me tell you about Sarah. Just 3 months ago, she was living a life that might sound all too familiar. She was working 2 jobs just to keep the lights on. She'd wake up early, exhausted, rush to work, and come home even more tired. Her bank account had just $243 in it, and every time she checked it, her stomach dropped. She felt like she was stuck in a never-ending cycle of bills, debt, and stress. She wondered how she'd ever get ahead, how she'd ever be free from the constant worry that money was always running out. Then one day, Sarah heard about this thought process I'm going to share with you. At first, she thought it was just another promise that would lead to disappointment. She had tried all the usual tricks, budgeting, working harder, even picking up side gigs. Nothing seemed to work, but something about this process felt different to her. Maybe it was the way it explained how money works in the universe. Maybe it was the idea that money isn't just about numbers on a screen, but about energy that responds to how you think and feel. Whatever it was, she decided to give it a chance. In her first week of using this process, Sarah didn't win the lottery or inherit a fortune, but she did get a surprise. She won $5,000 in a local contest she didn't even remember entering. At first, she thought it was just luck, but then, in her second week, her small side business suddenly took off. She made $25,000 in a single day. That had never happened before. By the end of the month, her life had completely changed. A long-lost relative passed away and left her an inheritance worth $2.3 million. She went from being stuck in survival mode to living in complete financial freedom in just 4 weeks. When I first heard Sarah's story, I thought she must have just been lucky. But then I started to see the same things happening in my own life. 5 years ago, I was living in a tiny apartment, eating instant noodles every night and wondering if I'd ever get ahead. I worked hard, started side hustles, even tried the lottery, but nothing worked. Then I found this process, and within 6 months, I had enough money to buy my dream house, start my own business, and help my parents retire early. But what really blew my mind was when I shared this process with my friends. They were just regular people with regular jobs, and guess what? Out of the first 100 people who tried this process, 92 of them manifested at least $100,000 within their first 3 months. 27 of them reached $1 million. And yes, 3 of them, just like the person I mentioned at the start, hit the $50 million mark. These weren't special people with special talents. They just learned how to think differently about money. Sarah's story is proof that this process works. My story is proof. And the stories of the 100 people I shared it with are proof. Now it's your turn. In the next section, I'm going to show you exactly how this process works and how you can start applying it in your own life. Because you deserve to live the life of your dreams. And it all starts with shifting your energy to match the abundance that's already waiting for you. 5 years ago, I was in a place that felt impossible to get out of. I was working a job I didn't love, just trying to make ends meet. My rent was late more than once, and I had credit card bills that seemed to grow bigger every time I checked. Every night I would lie awake and wonder why things weren't getting better, no matter how hard I worked. I tried to stay positive, but deep down, I felt stuck, like life was just happening to me instead of me shaping it. It felt like no matter how much I tried, the weight of money problems kept me from living the life I truly wanted. Then, almost by accident, I stumbled onto something that shifted everything for me. I heard someone talk about how money isn't just numbers in your account. It's energy that flows according to how you think and feel. At first, I didn't believe it. How could something as real and necessary as money be connected to my thoughts? But I was desperate. So I tried it. I decided to pay attention, not just to what I was doing with my money, but to how I was thinking about it. It wasn't about working harder or adding more hours to my day. It was about changing the way I felt about money. The results came faster than I could have imagined. Within 6 months, I had saved enough to buy the home I'd always dreamed of, a place that felt like freedom. I started my own business, something I'd wanted for years, but had been too afraid to try. I watched my parents finally retire without worrying about money. For the first time in my life, I felt like I was in control. I wasn't stuck anymore. I was living a life that I had once only dreamed about. I started sharing this thought process with my closest friends, just to see if it would work for them too. Some of them were skeptical, just like I had been, but they tried it anyway, and the results blew me away. Friends who had been living paycheck to paycheck started getting unexpected bonuses, new clients, and even large sums of money from places they never expected. One friend got a promotion that doubled her salary. Another started a side business that brought in six figures within months. It wasn't magic. It was just a shift in the way they thought about money. Seeing these changes in my life and the lives of the people I cared about made me realize that this process wasn't just about me. It was something that anyone could use, and I knew I had to share it, because if it could work for me, a regular person with regular worries, then it could work for anyone willing to change the way they think. That's why I'm sharing this with you now, because I believe that your life can change too, starting today. Before we get into the exact thought process that can bring millions into your life, it's important to understand the mistakes that most people make when they try to manifest money. These mistakes are the reason why so many people struggle, even though they're working hard and doing everything they think they should be doing. The first big mistake is what I call the worth trap. This is the idea that you need to somehow become worthy of money before it will show up in your life. People believe they need to work harder, sacrifice more, or prove themselves before they deserve wealth. But here's the truth. Money doesn't care if you're worthy or not. Money is just energy. It flows where it's invited. The minute you think you're not worthy, you block that energy from coming to you. Another mistake people make is trying to manifest money from a place of desperation. They look at their bank account and see it's empty, and they feel fear and panic. So they focus on trying to get money just to get rid of that fear. But here's the problem. When you focus on lack, you get more lack. It's like trying to find love when you feel lonely and unworthy. You end up attracting people who reflect that same loneliness back to you. With money, it's the same. If you're always thinking about what you don't have, you end up creating more of what you don't want. This is why some people try manifestation techniques but never see results. They're stuck in a cycle of lack. A third mistake is overcomplicating the process. People think they need to meditate for hours, recite complicated affirmations, or visualize in a certain way for it to work. They read books, take courses, and try every technique out there. But in the process, they forget that money is supposed to be simple. It's energy. It doesn't need you to jump through hoops. It just needs you to line up your thoughts with the feeling of abundance. Children are actually better at this than most adults, because they haven't learned to overthink everything yet. They believe in the magic of possibility, and that's why they're so open to receiving. I've seen so many people get stuck because they think they have to do it perfectly. They get frustrated when it doesn't work right away, and they give up. But here's the thing. Manifesting money isn't about being perfect. It's about being open. It's about letting go of the old beliefs that tell you it's hard or impossible. When you understand that money is energy and that you can invite it into your life with your thoughts, everything changes. The process I'm going to share with you next is simple, but it's powerful, and it works even if you're not perfect. You just have to be willing to try it. This is where everything begins to change. I'm going to show you how to shift your thinking from wanting money to allowing it. This is the key that unlocks the door to millions. Most people spend their whole lives wanting money. They think about it constantly. They dream about what it would be like to have it. They work hard for it. But wanting money actually creates a kind of resistance. It's like trying to catch a butterfly by chasing it. It always stays just out of reach. Instead of chasing, we're going to learn how to allow money to flow naturally to you. Imagine this. Money is like the air you breathe. You don't wake up every morning worried about whether there will be enough air for you to breathe today. You just trust that it's always there. It's the same with money. It's flowing all around you right now, even if you can't see it. The problem is, most people are tuned to the wrong frequency. They're tuned to lack, to fear, to stress. But wealth is like a radio station that's always broadcasting. You just have to tune in to receive it. Let's think about how to tune in. Instead of saying, I want money or I need money, I want you to start thinking, money flows to me easily. Notice the difference. When you say, I want or I need, you're focusing on what you don't have. But when you say, money flows to me easily, you're focusing on the truth that money is already on its way to you. It's like expecting your next breath of air. You just know it will be there. That's how you need to think about money. When you see a bill in the mail, instead of feeling that knot of stress in your stomach, I want you to think, money flows to me so easily that this bill is already taken care of. When you're shopping for something you want, instead of worrying about how you'll pay for it, think, money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. The key is to make these thoughts feel as natural as breathing, not forced, not desperate, just a quiet knowing that money is flowing to you because it always has and always will. This is different from just positive thinking. You're not trying to force yourself to believe something that doesn't feel true. You're shifting your energy to match the truth that money is everywhere and it's yours to receive. You're opening the door, not banging on it. You're aligning with the wealth frequency that's always broadcasting. Once you start thinking this way, you'll feel a shift inside. You'll feel lighter, freer, more open. And that's when the magic starts to happen. That's when money starts to show up in your life in ways you never expected. Now that you understand the basic thought process, let's talk about visualization and how most people get it wrong. Visualization is powerful, but only when done the right way. Most people try to picture themselves with money while still feeling worried or desperate inside. It's like driving a car with one foot on the gas and the other on the brake. You want to move forward, but you're holding yourself back at the same time. Instead, what I call natural state visualization is much more effective. Imagine how you act when you're in your own home. You don't constantly remind yourself that you own the house. You don't jump up and down excitedly every time you walk through the door. You just live there naturally. That's how you want to visualize wealth, not as something extraordinary, but as your natural way of being. Here's exactly how to do it. Close your eyes and picture yourself checking your bank account, but do it casually, like you're checking the weather outside. See the $50 million balance without getting overly excited or desperate. Don't jump for joy or feel like it's too good to be true. Just notice it the same way you'd notice the sun shining or the rain falling. It might feel strange at first, but this calm, casual feeling is exactly what trains your mind to accept wealth as normal. Take the visualization a step further. Picture yourself buying what you want, but with the same ease you have when you buy groceries. See yourself helping others with money, but as naturally as you'd hold a door open for a stranger. The key is to make the feeling of wealth so natural that it becomes your everyday energy. When you do this, you'll start to feel a real shift inside you. You'll begin to experience wealth long before the money arrives. This isn't about escaping reality. It's about creating a new reality that your mind can believe in. Spend just 5 minutes every morning and 5 minutes every night practicing this natural state visualization. Then, throughout the day, whenever you catch yourself worrying about money, immediately switch to this calm, easy feeling. See your bank account with millions, feel the ease of paying bills, and enjoy the joy of helping others, all with complete naturalness. Think of it this way. A fish doesn't visualize swimming, it just swims. A bird doesn't visualize flying, it just flies. We're training your mind to stop overthinking wealth and start living it as your natural state. This is how the wealthy think, even if they don't consciously realize it. They don't get excited about money because it feels normal to them, and that's exactly what we're creating in your mind. To keep your new money mindset strong, you need simple daily practices that feel natural and easy. These aren't complicated rituals or long exercises. They're small habits that remind your mind that wealth is your normal state. Doing these consistently will help you reprogram your thoughts and feelings around money. Every morning, right after you wake up, but before you check your phone or your bank account, spend 5 minutes feeling wealthy. Don't just think about money, feel it deep inside you. Feel the peace of knowing your bills are paid. Feel the joy of knowing you can help anyone who needs it. Feel the freedom of knowing that money is flowing easily to you. This small practice sets the tone for your entire day. During the day, practice what I call wealth breathing. Every time you spend money, even if it's just a coffee, take a deep breath and say quietly to yourself, "More money is already flowing back to me." When you pay a bill, smile and think, money flows both ways and always returns multiplied. These small reminders keep your mind focused on abundance instead of lack. At first, it might feel a little strange, but remember, you're training your brain to see money differently. At night, before you go to bed, review your day from the perspective of someone who is already wealthy. Don't focus on what you couldn't afford or the bills that are coming. Instead, appreciate everything money already brings to your life: the roof over your head, the food you ate, the clothes you wear. Feel grateful, not from a place of lack, but from a place of true abundance. These daily habits help you stay connected to the energy of wealth. They make abundance a natural part of your life, not something distant or hard to reach. And over time, your new thoughts and feelings become so strong that your outside reality must follow. As you start this journey, you might face some challenges. That's normal. The biggest obstacle you'll face is doubt. Your mind might say, "This isn't working," or "This is too good to be true." When doubt comes, remember that it's just your old programming trying to protect you. It wants to keep you safe in what's familiar, even if that means staying stuck. When doubt shows up, thank it for trying to help, then gently return your focus to your new thought pattern. Keep reminding yourself that change takes time. Another challenge is dealing with negative people around you. Some friends or family might laugh at your new mindset or say it's unrealistic. Don't waste your energy trying to convince them. You don't have to explain or defend what you're doing. Just smile, thank them for their concern, and keep focusing on your vision. Their doubt can't stop your manifestation unless you let it. The trickiest challenge is what I call the evidence trap. This is when you look at your current bank account and let it shake your faith. You might feel discouraged because things don't look like they're changing yet. But remember, your current financial situation is a reflection of your old thoughts. It's like looking in the rearview mirror while driving forward. When you notice yourself doing this, immediately shift your focus to where you want your finances to be. Picture your future, not your past. Fear of success can also block your manifestation. Sometimes deep down we push money away because we're afraid of how it might change our lives or relationships. If you notice fear creeping in, remind yourself that money only makes who you already are stronger. If you're kind and generous, money will help you do even more good in the world. You deserve success and all the good that comes with it. Now you have the complete thought process that can help you manifest $50 million or any amount of wealth you desire. You've learned how to reset your mental programming, how to think about money in a way that attracts it naturally, and how to handle the obstacles that might come up. But knowing isn't enough. You have to start using this process right now. Remember, the universe doesn't see a difference between $50 and $50 million. The way you think about money works the same no matter the amount. Start with where you are. Use these techniques consistently and watch how your life begins to change. The only thing standing between you and massive wealth is the choice to begin. This isn't just about money. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be. It's about stepping into your power and creating the life you deserve. The universe wants you to be wealthy. It wants you to thrive. And now you have the tools to make it happen. Take a moment right now to commit to yourself. Decide that from this moment forward, you will think about money in this new way. Your only job is to keep your thoughts aligned and let the universe handle the how. The money is already there, already yours. You just have to allow it in. If this message resonated with you, share your commitment in the comments below. Tell me when you start noticing signs that it's working, and if you want more powerful guidance to help you manifest the life you deserve, like this video and subscribe for new content every week. Peace, abundance, and $50 million blessings to you.